Wonder how Shannon Sharp's feeling this morning. Good morning, everyone. In case you're just joining us, I'll do this one more time. Brian Windhorst, Dominique Foxworth, Christopher Mad Dog Russo. I'm Molly Karam. SA is off today. The ladies will be in the house as well. Mina Kimes, Kimberly A. Martin. Gentlemen, a lot to get into. How are we feeling on this Friday Eve?
Raring to go. I got Mr. Foxworth there. We're going to have some laughs with him all afternoon.
Yeah. He's going to get on you. So
I know. He always likes
prepared.
He's
plenty
a smart
of respect
cookie.
for Mr. Rucco.
Funny.
There we go. Wendy, great to see you as well. Guys, let's dive in with the Kings. Good morning. Completing the season sweep of the Lakers, winning 120-107 on Wednesday. Sacramento moved into 6th in the Western Conference, tied with the Suns. The Lakers currently 9th, just above 500. Domantas Sabonis had his league-leading 23rd triple-double of the season. Kept up his winning ways against Anthony Davis. Sabonis has won all 10 games he's played in his career against AD. Wendy, starting with you, my man. How concerning was this loss for the Lakers?
Can we just start with the fact that Sabonis is 10-0 against AD in his career?
Sure.
That's one of the most amazing stats going in the league right now. Swept him this year. By the way, over the last 2 years, guys, Kings are 7-1 against the Lakers. Like, they have owned this matchup. And let's start with just have some truths about the Lakers. Let's just be honest about where they are as a team right now. Okay, they are in a tie essentially for 10th place because they're tied with the Warriors in the loss column. I know they have a couple more wins, but they're all going to play the same amount of games. And right now they're tied. Okay, they are now way back of the 6th seed and have completely been whitewashed in the tiebreaker by the Kings. They're also behind the Mavericks in the tiebreaker and by 2 games in the loss column for 8. So I'm telling you, the 6th seed has sailed. Goodbye, sayonara, you're going to be in the play-in. The other thing I'm going to say is that if you're a fan, I would now advise you to start to root for the Kings just about every game because you don't want to face the Kings in a one-off situation. I know that the Lakers have had success in one-off situations in this modern era. They were 3-0 in the in-season tournament. LeBron's led wins in a couple of in-season tournament games. You don't want to face the Kings. You want the Kings to get the 6th seed because you actually have a chance to beat the Suns. They've got 3 wins against the Suns this year. The size difference is huge for them. They don't have to see Domantas Sabonis. And let me just make a quick aside. Sabonis not making the All-Star game ain't looking so good for the people who voted for it. Don't worry, the big bag media will solve it and we'll put him on the All-NBA team. But that remains embarrassing, the way this guy is dominating. But back to the Lakers. They're now in a situation where I will tell you, they got a must-win game on Saturday against the Warriors. Because if you break down the tiebreak, this game will probably give the Lakers the edge in the tiebreak. They have 2 games left and it's 1-1. Both games are in LA, but you get into layers 2 and 3 of the tiebreak. If the Lakers win this game on Saturday, they'll be in a tiebreak situation. I think they'll get it. And the reason that's important, guys, is we're now looking at who's going to have home court for a 9-10 game. I don't see how the Lakers are getting out of it. The Mavericks have an easier schedule or a comparable schedule than the Lakers down the stretch. And this is even worse news for the Lakers because, again, we're just going to be honest. This is a morning for honesty. Last night, the Denver Nuggets moved into 1st place in the Western Conference. And I'm telling you, I've sailed on the 6th seed. I'm on the verge of telling you, forget about this, the 8th seed for the Lakers, and at least going in. So the best you can do is have to win 2 games to get the 8th seed. Your hope as a Lakers fan is that you can get into a playoff series with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's a team that you've beaten 3 out of 4 times. You like that matchup. Your size works against you. Your experience works against you. The Lakers would have a fighting chance in that situation. But guess what? The Nuggets have basically been the league's best team since the All-Star break. They took over the #1 seed last night. And the projections that I'm looking at, and just with the eye test, say they're going to get the #1 seed. They have far and away the easier schedule between them, the Wolves, and the Thunder coming in. The Wolves don't have Karl Towns. I think the Nuggets, who are killers at home and want home court throughout the West playoffs, I think they're getting the 1. So I think the Lakers are fighting with the Warriors for home court in the 9-10, praying that the Kings aren't in the 7-8 so that they don't have to potentially see them in the next round, and then potentially facing a rematch with a team that they also can't beat, which is the Denver Nuggets. And before I hand it off, Molly, one more thing.
Oh, I love it.
A year ago in March, I was saying, and a lot of other people who were watching closely were saying that the Lakers did have a chance to do something in the postseason. And the reason we believe that, even though they were a worse team by record than this year's team, is because after they made those trade deadline moves, they were great, and I mean great, on the defensive end of the court. And that was what carried them through the play-in, through those first couple of rounds. They were really, really good. Over the last 15 games, the Lakers are 29th in the league in defense. And to be honest with you, I probably should have led with that and just handed the ball off and said, I don't have anything else more to say. The only team worse over the last 15 games in the league is the Utah Jazz, who are doing a grade A tank job to keep their draft pick. One of the things no one's paying attention to is the absolute overt tank job that Utah is doing. That's the only team that is playing worse defense than the Lakers. Last year in March, they had the number 3 defense in the league. I can't take this team seriously. I respect their ability to win an individual one-off game because of their talent. I can't take this team seriously to do anything when you've got the second worst defense in the league in the most important part of the percent. That's all for me.
100%
I just got to
right.
say, he came in hot.
Oh, he was flying.
Windy,
good job there.
standing all,
Excellent point.
The passion, the delivery, the focus, poignant points. I mean, that was just exceptional.
And he also had the play-in stuff right and everything else.
That was, way to kick off the show.
I will be quick and then give Dom plenty of chances here. I 100% agree with Brian and everything he says. I can't believe that a team with Reeves, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, that we're looking at them maybe getting knocked out in the second game of the postseason. I mean, that's ridiculous. They got LeBron and Anthony Davis, and they can't get out of a play-in situation. Furthermore, even if they get by Golden State in that 9-10 game, to make the playoffs, they're going to have to win a road game against a 6-7-8 loser. So the 7-8 plays, the winner's in, and the loser plays at home against the 9-10 winner. So the Lakers are going to have to win a road game just to make the body of work in the postseason. And that's and again, Kings 4-0 against them. They make Sabonis out to be Gus Johnson. Look him up if you want to know who he was back in the old days with the Baltimore Bullets. I mean, the bottom line is this is a team that last year got to the conference final. Everybody was excited, thought they were going to do great things this year, and now they can't get out of their own way. And remember, too, if the NBA loses LeBron and Curry in a play-in scenario, that's going to hurt them. The NBA sells stars. And if they lose LeBron and Curry before they get to that first round,
that's a different conversation. It's an interesting conversation. It's also time to meet some new stars, and getting them out of the way will get more attention to those new stars. So it's not all bad for the NBA. But I think that I really appreciate Brian going through all of those scenarios, because that's what I spent last night doing, trying to figure out a path for the Lakers to have success. And you know what? I closed my computer because I realized they're not good. Like, you're not good. And the point that Brian made about their defense is the one that jumped out to me, because I remember last year that was what carried them. It's like, all right, maybe they can be a defensive team while I'm watching the game, and Domantas Sabonis is essentially doing whatever he wants with his 23rd, I think, triple-double of the season, which is
incredible, underrated.
Has the triple-double been inflated also? I feel like triple-doubles used to be a thing we were excited about, and now he got 23 and the season's not even over yet. It's absurd, along with scoring, which I guess has been addressed in some way. The scoring, the overscoring, or the scoring inflation's been addressed. But I think that's the bottom line, is what we have to understand is we can't finagle the roster or the playoffs in such a way that the Lakers are going to end up in the conference championship again, because they aren't good. They aren't as good as that team. And when you have a player like AD and like LeBron, who I think the matchup is very important. LeBron at this age, the matchup matters more than their team. It doesn't give you much optimism. And watching Reeves, like, he's been good, but what they need him to be is a lot better than I think he's capable of being to be competitive in any of this. And foundationally, they are a defensive team. And if they can't get that back, they have no shot. It's sad, but true. Like, we all love watching the Lakers. We love watching LeBron. They're like the marquee franchise in the NBA. We want them in the playoffs. We want LeBron to make a deep run because it's fun watching him still do. Last night he had a couple incredible dunks. His landing looks a little rough, which I think Vince Carter said a while ago that the jumping isn't hard, it's the landing. That's the issue. The landing doesn't look great, but he's still explosive and athletic, but his issues on the defensive end, and he's the guy on the team, and it feels like the team kind of goes as he goes. Whereas he's not great on defense, they're not great on defense, and they aren't good. Like, that's the bottom line of all the great information that Wendy gave us. None of it matters because they're not a really legitimate, well-rounded, they're big, they're slow, they're not a good basketball team at this point in the West that has several really good teams.
And I'll take Denver on the money line to win the whole thing. I'll do that right now, plus whatever it might be.
Are you telling Molly, is she your
Nuggets.
bookie?
Oh, she knows.
No, I'd still take Boston, but we can get into that later.
Let's do that.
We can get into that a little later. Yeah, you would. We'll see. Hey, we have a betting segment later. You ready to hold things down? Joe Fortenbaugh is going to be here for that.
I look forward to it.
Okay, I look forward to it too. Put your money where your mouth is, big time. Wendy will be with that. Windenhorst?
I'm sorry.
Windenhorst.
We kid because we love.
Thank you, Mr. Russo.
Chào mừng đến với Bình Nguyên Vô Tận. Cả đội xông lên. Quyền lực từ đó không có sự phân biệt giữa thiện giả. Điều làm ta sợ nhất là thứ chưa biết đến. An ally has been defeated.
Mỗi một bắn luôn.
Nhưng sự bóng tối ta sẽ soi đường cho ngươi.
Đi con mẹ.
Chào mừng đến với Bình Nguyên Vô Tận. Cả đội xông lên. base is under attack.